Good morning, County Council. I would like to call to order this County Council meeting of June 12th, 2025. At this point in time, as you are able, please join us in standing and singing of O Canada.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, could you please conduct our roll call?
Councillor Mackey,
Present.
Councillor McKay, Councillor Carlton, Councillor Pringle sends his regrets today, Councillor McQueen, Councillor Nielsen sends his regrets, alternate Councillor Allwood, Councillor Patterson, Councillor Dickert, Councillors Kender and Keaveney send their regrets today, alternate Councillor Bartley. Thank you. Councillor Body, Councillor Gregg, Councillor Milne, Councillor Dobreen.
Present.
Warden Matrosovs.
Present.
Councillor Bourdignon.
Present.
Councillor Eccles. Councillor Hutchinson. We have all members in attendance today with the exception of Councillors Keaveney, Kentner, and Nielsen.
And Pringle, thank you. Let us begin together by respectfully acknowledging that we are gathering on the traditional territory of the Anishinaabeg Nation, the people known as the Three Fires, the Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi nations. And further, we give thanks to the Chippewas of Saugeen and the Chippewas of Nawash, known collectively as the Saugeen Ojibwe Nation, the traditional keepers of these lands and waters since time immemorial. In the south of our county lies the traditional territories of the Six Nations of the Grand River, Haudenosaunee. We are dedicated to honoring Indigenous history and culture and committed to moving forward in the spirit of truth, reconciliation, and friendship with all First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people. At this point in time, I'll put a call out if there are any declarations of interest for the agenda items that we have. Okay, seeing and hearing none, we'll move on to the adoption of the minutes. We have two sets of minutes from County Council and Committee of the Whole, and then we do have long-term committee of long-term care committee, and I'll have Director Cornell will be speaking to those. So the first one that we have is it's recommended that the minutes of County Council meeting and the Committee of the Whole meeting dated May 22nd, 2025, and the resolutions contained therein be adopted as presented. May I ask for a mover? Moved by Councillor Body, seconded by Deputy Warden Milne. Any discussion? All those in favor? That motion is carried. Thank you. Item 6B, it's recommended that the closed session Committee of the Whole minutes, meeting minutes dated May 22nd, 2025 be adopted as provided. May I ask for mover? Councillor Hutchison moves and Councillor Mackey seconds. Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor? And that motion is carried. Item 6C, it's recommended that the Long-Term Care Committee of Management meeting minutes dated May 7th, 2025 be adopted as presented, and that the following resolutions contained therein be endorsed. Number one, that report LTCRCM 0825 regarding a long-term care director update be received for information. And number two, that report LTCRCM 0925 regarding the long-term care operational report dated February 15th, 2025 to April 14th, 2025 be received for information. May I ask for a mover? Moved by Councillor Patterson, seconded by Councillor Dickert. And with that, we'll look to Director Cornell to speak to it before we call the vote. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Warden Matrosovs, and through you. Good morning, County Council. Here to share a bit of a summary of the minutes that are on the floor right now for approval. So regarding the director's update report, I just wanted to highlight a couple of areas. The report included an overview of a number of Ministry of Long-Term Care updates. One that I would like to highlight is a notice of the province providing additional funds to support the salary and benefits for the infection prevention and control managers in our long-term care homes. Another notable area is that the Ministry of Long-Term Care Compliance Branch has launched a compliance assistance program and was seeking feedback from operators, and all three of our homes provided information in that survey. And the compliance assistance program is something that we are very supportive of. Compliance is an important part of holding the standard for long-term care operators across the province, and an opportunity to be sharing best practice and helping operators to solve difficult situations and difficult challenges. And that's the goal of the assistance program. So we are very much in support of that program. We also gave a highlight about attending the Advantage Ontario, which is the association that we are a part of, that represents not-for-profit, charitable, and municipal long-term care homes in Ontario. And I thought it was important to share that the Minister of Long-Term Care, Natalia Kusendova-Bashta, attended and made remarks brought greetings at the conference, and specifically made comments about the importance of getting the good news stories of the best practice that's happening in long-term care out to the public. Not to hide negative stories, but to also highlight that there's lots of good work happening in long-term care. And I found that to be a very hopeful message. We continue to hold quarterly virtual family updates, so our town halls, and they continue to be well received, and we have another one coming up in a couple of weeks. Also, we held a long-term care leadership day at Sydenham campus. So that was leaders from the 3 long-term care homes, as well as leaders from our partnering and supporting departments, came together for a day of learning and collaboration. And our focus was leading in a complex world in the morning. And in the afternoon, we spent some time brainstorming, visioning, and planning the next evolution of the Designated Care Partner Program, which is our program to support family members of residents in being a part of the care team. And it was a really great day. Lastly, this report shared the announcement that Grey County Long-Term Care was awarded the Innovation and Excellence Workplace Quality Award for our Color It Coach program at the convention, and really proud of the team for the work that they've done to support students in long-term care, and our team members who are Color It coaches that are teaching, in their words, the next generation of caregivers. So it's really exciting. Highlights from the operational report, which covered the period of February 15th to April 14th. Wanted to share that the 3 long-term care homes are transferring to a new InterRAI reporting system. So this is our documentation system that we use to gather data that feeds into the Canadian Institute for Health Information, CIHI. And that data is used for in a number of ways. It's used to calculate our funding, our parts of our funding, and also used as a measuring tool for resident outcomes. So all long-term care homes in Ontario must transfer to the new Inter-RAI program by 2026. So Lee Manor is in the first phase of that, and they are currently doing all of their training with a go-live date of July 1st. And then Rockwood Terrace and Grey Gables will learn what we can from the Lee Manor experience and go live January 1st, 2026. Wanted to also share that Rockwood Terrace during this reporting period had an inspection from the Ministry of Long-Term Care, and there were no findings of non-compliance. We also had a really good discussion about occupancy rates, and occupancy is an important measure that we need to keep track of. The way that the funding works, a long-term care home must have 97% or higher occupancy to receive the full funding from the Ministry of Long-Term Care. And outbreaks can impact this percentage. And we are seeing that percentage is getting close to the 97% at Lee Manor. And so we are actively monitoring and working with the programs that are available for occupancy protection when there's an outbreak, but wanted to highlight for committee and council that this is something we need to pay attention to. We also had some good discussion about resident and family councils. So we're legislated to have a resident council and a family council active in the home. Just because we're legislated doesn't mean that there's been a great uptake, but we are pleased to be able to share that there's been an increased engagement and attendance in both resident council participants and family council participants. And finally, I won't necessarily share the story, but would like to share with council that at every committee meeting, we make sure that we share a Color It story, which is back to Minister Kusindova Bashta, an opportunity to share some best practice, leading practice, and in our words, we call them Color It stories. And so we wrapped up the meeting by sharing a Color It story. And that's the minutes and the summary, if anyone has any questions.
Thank you. And indeed, that is a long list of achievements, and we are celebrating especially the coaching program, the benefits of everyone that's involved, including the residents and what they benefit from with this process as well. Excellent. So are there questions or comments for Director Cornell or, okay. Not seeing any, looking online, not seeing any. Okay, so it has been moved and seconded. I'll call the question. All those in favor? And that motion is carried. Thank you. Next, we have two sets of public meeting minutes. We had two excellent public meetings in 1 week. So the first one is, it's recommended that the public meeting minutes regarding the draft forest management bylaw dated May 6, 2025 be adopted as presented. May I ask for a mover and a seconder? Moved by Councillor McQueen and seconded by Councillor McKay. It's now on the floor for discussion. Any discussion? All those in favor? And that is carried. The next set of public meeting minutes, it's recommended that the public meeting minutes regarding the proposed wildlife management bylaw dated May 8th, 2025 be adopted as presented. May I ask for a mover? Moved by Councillor Hutchinson and seconded by Councillor Dobreen. And it's now on the floor for discussion. Seeing no hands raised, all those in favor? And that motion is carried. Thank you. We don't have any closed session matters to deal with at council this morning. So we'll move on to item 8. It's recommended that the Board of Health minutes dated April 25th, 2025 be received for information. I'll get that motion on the floor and then we'll look to Dr. Era, who will be speaking to it, who is joining us online this morning. So first, thank you. It's moved by Councillor Dickert and seconded by alternate Councillor Allwood. And it's now on the floor for discussion. So welcome, Dr. Ara. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The highlight from the minutes from April was the opiate situation in Grey Bruce. The health unit had issued early in the year an impact statement co-signed with the chair, myself and the chair of the board, related to a criminal case for mid and high level distribution of drugs in Grey Bruce. And there was another impact statement from the Indigenous community. And the court had higher sentencing comparing to the norm, and the impact statement had been part of the decision making. So I can see this as a new practice for health units, hopefully across the province, to impact the distribution of drugs at the mid and high level. Again, not specifically the victim on a sidewalk selling drugs or using drugs. We're talking about the mid and high level impact distribution of drugs. So again, I see it as a turning point to put a bit more effort on enforcement. That would not take away from harm reduction and prevention, and have multiple pronged approach. And Madam Chair, if there's an opportunity, I can provide an update on the measles activity in the area as well.
Yes, thank you. Why don't you do that as well? And then I'll put it out to any questions for you all together. So please proceed.
Certainly. So the measles activity is slowing down, and currently we have early in the morning, 47, now 50 cases all recovered in the area, no active cases, no current hospitalization, and no death. And there was one incident in a school. There is no secondary transmission so far, and no public locations of public transmission or location where there's public or exposure to the public at this current time. So it's as good as it gets, and we will do our best to keep it that way, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you very much. So with that, then I'll just open it up in case there are any questions from any council members. And we'll go to online. We'll go to Councillor Bourgnon.
Thank you, Madam Warden, through you, and thank you, Dr. R, for the update. Looking along the same lines, in the measles and infectious diseases, is there anything on the pipeline that in your world that we should be thinking about? You hear everything, of course, in the news, but from a medical POV, is there anything that we should be concerned of, or anything that your office is looking at outside of measles?
Through you, Madam Warden, not specifically. There's always reports that comes from different levels of government. You receive it from the province, but we also have connection or on distribution list nationally. There is nothing specific that's alarming at this point. And measles itself, although it's keeping us busy, it's nothing unmanageable.
Okay, thank you for that. And I'll just look around if there are any final questions. That looks like the end of the hands that are up, Dr. Era. So thank you very much for your participation this morning and giving us those extra details. So at this point in time, I'll look to council and call the question. All those in favor? And that motion is carried. Thank you, Dr. Era.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to item 9, which is the bylaws. It's recommended that bylaws 523625 and 523725 be introduced and taken as read a first, second, and third time, and finally passed, signed by the warden and the clerk, sealed with the seal of the corporation, and engrossed in the bylaw book. It is number 1, 523625, which is a bylaw to adopt amendment number 25 to the Grey County of Grey official plan affecting lands described known as part of Lot 27, Concession 8, Town of the Blue Mountains. And number 2, 523725, a bylaw to confirm all actions and proceedings of the council. May I ask for a mover and a seconder? Thank you. That's moved by the Deputy Warden and it's seconded by Councillor Eccles. It's now on the floor for discussion. Any discussion? Not seeing any hands up. I'll call the question. All those in favor? And that motion is carried. Thank you. On to news and celebrations. We have a few announcements and celebrations that are lined up that are going to be presented on behalf by staff before I open it out to council for all the news from all of our municipalities. So with that, I would like to first begin by calling upon Director McNabb and Dr. Mehta, and we are going to perhaps, I wonder if you might, do you want to just come forward perhaps and just maybe highlight your second announcement first before we get to the special presentations that we have this morning? But I don't think you have to go far, guys. Just hang in there. But why don't you do that first so that you can share that information, and then we'll have our honorees come forward. Thank you.
Good morning, Warden, County Council. On Saturday, June 7th, we were able to hold our annual charity car wash in memory of Andrew Barfoot, a Grey County paramedic who passed away due to pulmonary hypertension at the age of 26. Andrew was more than a paramedic with Grey County Paramedic Services. He was a big brother, a lacrosse coach, and a dedicated volunteer at places like O'Share and the food bank. In honor of Andrew, Paramedic Services, Lansdowne Fire Department, and the junior lacrosse team, with this car wash on the weekend raised over $5,000 that will be donated to the Pulmonary Hypertension Association of Canada. And we've been doing this for the last 4 years. And in that 4 years, we've raised over $20,000 in memory of Andrew and the great work that he did in the community.
That is indeed good news, and I didn't want that message being lost in what it's in honor of. So thank you very much for that. And with that, would you like to now proceed with introducing the presentations? And then once you've had a chance to introduce it to members of Committee of the Whole, then I'll come around and join you for the presentations.
Thank you. I'm proud to share that 6 of our Grey County paramedics over 2 calls have been awarded the Southwest Ontario Regional Base Hospital Medical Directors Commendation Award. This award is given to paramedics who show great skill, leadership, and care when helping people in an emergency. Today we have Reed Milne O'Neill and Todd Nierhoff with us. Not able to join us today, but also will receive the award at a later date will be Jay Thompson, Linda Fisk, Andre Lefebvre, and Autumn Caldwell. Also joining us, we have Dr. Mehta, who is our local medical director for the base hospital, and he's just going to give you a bit of information on how these awards are selected and honored for these paramedics.
Thank you for having me. Without getting into too many specifics of the calls involved, these 6 paramedics were involved in what are generally considered to be some of the most stressful situations, mass casualty events. All 6 of these individuals were involved in calls where multiple individuals were injured in traumatic encounters, and all 6 of them exhibited excellent care, excellent reasoning, and exceptional strength in trying to provide the best care to those patients. And in doing so, they've achieved just beyond what we would expect for any paramedic to be able to provide, and are receiving this commendation as a result of that.
Excellent, thank you. So what we'll do is we'll gather, and then we'll make sure that we have time for a moment of applause as well. But thank you to all of the Grey County team. We're very proud of you, and this is a special acknowledgement of these individuals. So I'll come around front, and then we'll join in applause. Excellent. Well, wonderful way to start this section of our meeting off this morning, but we have some more exciting news as well. I'm going to look to Director Taylor to share with us some news and celebrations next.
Great. Thank you, Madam Warden. Good morning, Warden, members of council, and all those in attendance here today. I'd invite council to join me in congratulating the county senior policy planner, Liz Buckton. Liz Buckton has been appointed to the Canadian Institute of Planners Housing and Healthy Communities Working Group, which is a nationwide working group on affordable housing. I believe that Liz is actually the only person selected from Ontario to be on this group. So the Housing and Healthy Communities Working Group will provide input, expertise, and advice on building affordable housing quickly while protecting the long-term health and sustainability of our communities, including the required infrastructure needed to not only build houses, but also complete communities. As council may be well aware, Liz is very knowledgeable and passionate on this topic. Liz has been a huge asset to the county in helping with our housing portfolio and our planning policy portfolio, and we're sure that she'll be a wonderful addition to the Canadian Institute of Planners committee in this regard. Thank you.
Excellent. The Grey County voice and expertise being shared on a national scale. That is very exciting. All right. Thank you. At this point in time, let me put it open for news and celebrations coming from our member municipalities. I'll put it out to council members. News and celebrations. I'm sure every one of us has something happening on July 1st. We know that. So anything else? Lots of things between now and then. We'll go to alternate councillor Allwood.
Ready? Thank you, Warden, through you. I just wanted to bring to County Council's attention the Southeast Grey Community Health Center is holding a rural healthcare symposium on June 20th at the Osprey Community Center. It's for discussing issues around rural healthcare, and it's limited to healthcare professionals, government officials, and people in the industry. But it's really to engage elected officials on how they can promote improvements in rural healthcare. And I would hope that your member councils have received those invitations. It's a free event, starts at 8:30. I believe you have to register through Eventbrite, but hopefully we can see some elected officials out there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And other news and celebrations? Okay, looking around the horseshoe. Oh, we'll go to Councillor McQueen.
Well, thank you, Madam Warden, and I just want to thank you for attending yesterday the age-friendly health fair that was held in the Kimplex in Flesherton. I've never seen so many enthusiastic seniors that were just out to have a great time, and there was a lot of vendors there, and there was some music outside, and they were just a rocket. So it was good to see. It was, hopefully we can continue doing that, and it's good. It was really good, and a lot of good vendors that covered a lot of different sectors of healthcare and, more specifically around senior care and stuff like that. So a great day, and thanks again for you coming.
Always a pleasure. And I also hosted in Grey Highlands, but a county-wide, the county beef dinner was fantastic. It was sold out at 400 seats, and apparently it's the only one in Ontario that is growing in numbers each year. So when others are facing a challenge about hosting those large-scale events, the beef farmers and the junior farmers also involved did a fantastic job as well. Anything else? Okay, excellent. Well then, there we go. We'll go to Councillor Dobreen online.
Thank you, and good morning, Warden and County Council. I was waiting, hoping that someone else might mention it. But on Saturday, June 20th, Friday the 20th and 21st, Friday the 20th and Saturday the 21st, the Dundalk Fire Department is holding its Firefighters Frolic. On Friday, there is a movie for children at the Pavilion in Memorial Park, followed by a baseball game. And on Saturday all day, there's a firefighters breakfast, a dunk tank, which you may see some familiar faces volunteering their efforts. And there are soapbox derby races, games for the kids, inflatables, snow cones, and candy floss. So please come out enjoy and have a good time. It'll be in downtown Dundalk. They're closing Proton Street, so we'll look forward to seeing people there.
Thank you, Councillor Dobreen. And next I'll go online to Councillor Bourdignon.
Thank you, Madam Warden. Good morning, County Council again, through you, the Warden. We'll talk about Canada Day at the end of June, but I don't know if, Madam Warden, you're aware that you're having a golf tournament on July the 11th at our own Tomahawk and TBM. So tickets are available at Eventbrite on the link that was sent out by the clerk's office. It's going to be a great day at Tomahawk and then a great dinners for the Warden's golf tournament and dinner. So hopefully everybody will be able to attend. Thank you.
Thank you. And I will just add, just before I go back to the floor, I'll just add in the town of Blue Mountains, the 3rd annual Children's Fest is going to be happening on June 22nd. And that is well attended. There are lots of activities to do right in our Lions Park, right in Clarksburg. The Clarksburg Village Association coordinates that. The town is involved. I will be there weaving willow fish and weaving willow trees with the children. So that's another event on June 22nd, and it's from 10 to 3, I believe it ends. And you can look for, if you go to the Clarksburg Village Association, you can find further details there. And I did see a second hand go up from Councillor McQueen.
Yeah, again, thank you, Madam Warden. And again, thanks for mentioning the beef dinner. Who would not want to go to a beef dinner? Also in Rockland this Sunday is the Rockland Classic Car and Tractor Show from 9 to 3. And there will be classic cars, antique tractors, 50-50 draw, silent auction, 4-H barbecue, fundraiser, live music, and fun for the whole family, even the beer gardens and the kids play area. So pray for good sunshine. It always helps the car show, but it has been quite successful, and funds raised go back to the Rockland Arena and Community Center. So if you're looking for something to do, bring your classic car and come out, or just come out for an opportunity to see a good show, because it is a lot of great cars that do come from across the province. So
Thank you. And anything else? No? Oh, well, there we go. We'll go to alternate Councillor Bartley.
Thank you, Madam Warden. Very small celebration. A few years ago in the municipality of Meaford, we shut 2 bridges down, which hampered the agriculture community. And we all know agriculture is the #1 employer in the county, in the country. Anyways, we have rebuilt these bridges, and on Saturday at 11 o'clock, we're going to have a ribbon cutting ceremony. The twin bridges will now be open. Farmers can now use them. We have renamed them. They are now the Sydenham Twin Bridges. And 11 o'clock, we'll have a little ceremony to open them up for the agriculture community. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I think that concludes all the hands. So what I'll do at this point then is look for a motion to adjourn. May I ask for a mover and a seconder? Thank you. I've got it moved by Councillor Hutchinson and seconded by Councillor Eccles. All those in favor? Okay, we are adjourned for council, so we'll give a few moments to allow the technology to change over before we call open the meeting of the committee of the whole. Thank you.